This week has been something else. Just from the gala last Shabbat and celebrating 100 years and so much joy and having the blessing of being, to be at a Brit Milah, welcoming a Jewish boy into the covenant, to celebrate our friends at the Gulf Coast Jewish Family Services. So much beauty and joy this week, and ready to start Shabbat with that spirit and that energy. We'll begin with Yedid Nefesh, page 14. Turn to Lechuna Ranana, page 15. Page 16, we'll sing together. Sabr v'goyim kevor וכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי קרוב אדוני, ומולל ויאהב, לא ראו על כל אלוהים, כל אלוהי העמים אלילים, ואדוני שמיים עשה, עוד והדר לפניו ותפארת במקדשו, עבור אדוני משפחות עמים, עבור אדוני כבוד ועוז, עבור אדוני כבוד ועוז, שאו מנחה ובוא לחצרותיו, השתחוו אדוני בהדרת קודש, שילו מפניו כל הארץ, יפנו הגויים אדוני מלך, תיקון זבל ועצימות, ידין עמים ומשרים, ישרחו השמיים ותגר הארץ, ירם הים ומלואו, יעלו שרי וכל אשר בו, אז ירננו כל הצייר לפני אדוני, כי בא לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט צדק לעמים באמונתו, יאללה 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 responsively on page 17, Adonai is sovereign, let the world rejoice.
God's throne is founded on justice. Though God be clouded from view, divine justice reveals God's presence.
God's lightning illumines the earth, fire consumes God's foes, mountains melt like wax before Adonai, the earth trembles.
The heavens proclaim God's righteousness, all people behold God's majesty.
Shame covers those who worship idols, those who take pride in revering images which must themselves bow low before God.
Hearing of your judgments, Adonai, Zion exults and the cities of Judah rejoice.
You are supreme over all the earth, highly exalted beyond all that is worshipped.
Those who love Adonai hate evil. God protects the faithful and saves them from the wicked.
Light is stored for the righteous, joy for the honorable.
Rejoice in Adonai, you who are righteous. Acclaim the holiness of God's name.
And we'll turn to page 18 to sing once again.
Mizmor
Shir Adonai, Shir Adonai, Shir Niflat Asah, Shir Yeminu, Od Rakasha, Ya Adonai Yeshuato, Ene Hagoyim Yilasit Kato, Zakar Asto Ve'emunato, Be'emet Yisrael. Eloheinu, Ariu l'Adonai kol ha'aretz, titzu v'ranenu v'zameinu, zamer l'Adonai v'chinor v'kol zimran, בחצוצרות וקול שופר, הריעו לפני המלך אדוני, ירמיהו אלוהו צבל ויושביה, נערות ימחאוך, יחד הריב ירנה, לפני אדוני כי בא, לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט צבל וצדק, ועמים בני שרים. We'll turn to the bottom of page 19 to sing Romamu, calling out to God and praising God's holiness.
Ramemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachachu le'arkacho Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Ramemu Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Ramemu.
We rise, page 20, for Mizmor LeDavid.
Kodesh kol Adonai alamayim el hakavod yirim Adonai almay rabim kol Adonai bat koach kol Adonai
So before we do Lecha Dodi, I just want to read the Ana Makoach. Ana Bakoach Gedulat Yemincha Tatir Tzurura Kabel Rinat Amcha Sagvenu Ta'arenu Nora. God, whose mighty hand makes nations free, release all captives. Hear our humble plea. Accept this plaintive song we offer you to praise and glorify your name. And I've been thinking about Ana Bakoach as you probably yesterday afternoon got an Amber Alert of a little boy in downtown or towards the other side of St. Petersburg who now today it came out that his mother was murdered, and this 2-year-old boy is missing. And I think about the God whose mighty hands make nations free, that this little boy is found quickly and brought home. It's a difficult world we live in, especially after another school shooting. And we had a week of celebrations in our community, but it didn't mean that everyone everywhere was celebrating. And there's still a lot of work to be done. So God, we call out to you. Let us bring the peace of Shabbat on page 21, L'chadodin.
L'chadodi לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה l'chadodi לקראת קלה שבת נקבלה la 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 l'chadodi לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה l'chadodi לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה שמור וזכור בריבון אחד, ישמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם בליתי לה 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 לחדותי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לחדותי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור ברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבתי, לה 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 לחדותי לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לחדותי לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה. We turn the page. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, ואת אדוני תריצי, על יד איש בן פרצי, ונשמחה ונגילה לה 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 לחדותי לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לחדותי לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה. We rise בשלום עטרת מלאו, גם בשמחה ובצוחלה, תוך אמוני ים סגולה. בואי חלה, לה 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 לחדותי לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לחדותי לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
You may be seated. We wish comfort to the Mendelblatt family. Dr. Frank Mendelblatt, a mainstay of the community and of the medical community in St. Petersburg, an ophthalmologist for decades, the longest serving physician at Bayfront and at St. Anthony's. Passed away this week. His funeral will be Sunday, so I wish the family, may God comfort them along with the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. And we turn to the song for Shabbat, page 23.
ליום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך Adonai. Tod Eloheinu yafrichu Adenu nesela Neseinim verananim Agin ki yashar Adonai Zurim elo alatavo.
The final psalm of Kabbalat Shabbat, page 24.
Nai malacheu lavish Lavish Adonai otitazan Atikon tevel vatimos Nachon kisacha me'az Me'olamata Naseu ne'arot Adonai Naseu ne'arot kolam Yisu ne'arot kochiam Mikolot ma'im rabim Adirim b'shmereim Adir b'mahom Adonai Tirotecha ne'enu mehon Beit kanava v'kodesh Adonai leorech yamim.
In Pirkei Avot, the fourth Mishnah of chapter 6, it says, Kach hi darka shel Torah. This is the path of those who live a life of Torah, of basically yeshiva students. Pat b'melech tochel, well, they eat a salty crust of bread. The assumption, I'm sure, they get to dip a little bit in oil, but bread and salt, a simple diet. Mayim b'msura tishteh, drinking just a little bit of water. V'al ha'aretz tishan, sleeping on the ground. Vayetzar tichya, and living a life of challenges. Batorah ata amel, and using all of your energy to focus on the Torah. V'matao seken, but if you live this way, ashrecha v'tov lach, you will be happy and all will go well with you. Ashrecha v'tov lach, and then it goes on. Ashrecha, happy in this world, le'olam hazeh, v'tov lach, le'olam haba, and it will go well with you in the world to come. Makes me think about the choices that we make in this life. We have choices that can bring us a simple life, or choices that can give us a complicated life. I feel like the rabbis were not trying to keep up with their neighbors as much. They were not, in theory. But there's a very interesting, this challenging story. I'll have to bring the text another time, about a rabbi who becomes the head of the yeshiva, and he is very, very wealthy. And he sees that this young student comes in, dressed what he thinks inappropriately, and throws him out because he's dressed in, rags and things. And how could someone come into the yeshiva like this? When somebody else has to sort of tap him on the shoulder and explain, look, you're the child of this very, very wealthy family. You've inherited all of this. He has nothing. He's not coming in because, he's not coming in dressed disrespectfully because he chose to wear disrespectful clothing. He's dressed this way because he has no other clothing. And he's living this life, and his hands are dirty because he has to do this hard labor. And then he's still coming to study Torah on top of that. And there was a lot of fights in the yeshiva about this whole thing, but eventually things resolve themselves, and they understand that people come from different places, and yet everyone has to have respect for one another. It seems like a simple lesson, and yet it remains challenging to this day. But the question is, sometimes the things that are most right do not necessarily have the greatest financial reward. And we can do wonderful things, and sometimes they lead to material success, and sometimes they don't. But that the reminder here, I think, is that the material success is not the definition of success. It goes back to the text I mentioned last week of who is rich, the one who is happy with what they have, and who is wise, the one who can learn from all. So hopefully we can continue to study Torah, to continue to learn from one another, and to be satisfied whether we have a crust of bread or, as we go into Pesach, a square of matzah. My favorite teaching is the opening of the 10th chapter of Pesachim, and it says that Arvei Pesachim Samoch Lemencha, that in the afternoon of before Pesach, the afternoon of the eve of Pesach, we don't eat a meal in the afternoon. Why? Because we want to have a taste for matzah, and if we want to have a taste for matzah, you're probably a little bit hungry. They had a laugh line 2,000 years ago. So we'll continue with our evening service, being grateful for this wonderful gift of Shabbat, because every week when I come here and I see you, whether it is 3 people or 103 people or 200 or 300 people, we get to celebrate Shabbat together, and we get to have this gift of time and space that so many people don't seem to notice. And we should be thankful for noticing. So page 28, we begin in the middle of the page. תורת המתברקים משפטים אותנו למדתה, כי נדחנו משכנו.
כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה, מעבדך תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל.
Page 30.
שמע
ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. ברוך שמו ויאהב שני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך בידיך ובידיו ולפעמים מעלה. היום בני משלמו נעבר בני ישראל בנתלכם סולם ציצי תקם ידיהם תקמת מצוא זושכם מצוות אדוני מצוא עבודת אדוני מצוותיים אני
אדוני אלוהיכם אמת
chazotkeinu.
Umahu toveratzon kimloehem. Moshe v'nei Yisrael chamnu shira b'simcha raba ve'amru kulam mi chamochem va'elim Adonai mi chamochem nedar b'kodesh nohar tehilot osefet malchutecha ruvanecha bokeyam lifnei Moshe ze'eliyanu ve'amru Adonai ofer laham ba'ed v'nemar kifad Adonai et Yaakov u'yalom yad chazak mimenu baruch atah Adonai Gai Yisrael.
So at the bottom of page 33 on the left, Creator of peace, compassionate God, guide us to a covenant of peace with all your creatures, birds and beasts, as well as all humanity, a reflection of your image of compassion and peace. Give us strength to help sustain your promised covenant, abolishing blind strife and bloody warfare, so they will no longer devastate the earth, so discord will no longer tear us asunder. Then all that is savage and brutal will vanish, and we shall fear evil no more. Guard our coming and our going, now toward waking, now toward sleep, always within your tranquil shelter. Beloved are you, sovereign of peace, whose embrace encompasses Jerusalem, the people Israel, and all humanity. We'll rise on page 34 for Vishamru, and then on 35 we take time for our personal Amidah, giving thanks for the gift of Shabbat.
Meshameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. איי 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 ביני ובין בני ישראל לא תראה העולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וינפש.
When you've finished your personal prayer, we'll turn to Vaychulu on page 47, followed by the Kiddush for Shabbat, page 49.
Vaychulu hashamayim be'haaretz ve'or tzivam Vaychulu Elohim bayom hashvi'i melato asher asa vayishbot bayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa vayivarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i vayikadesh oto imo shavat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim lasot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, mishabbat kadsho, me'avav u'meratzon hinilanu, zikaron lema'aseh bereishit, hi hu yom tefillah v'mikra'e kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim, ki banu b'chata, me'otanu kidashta mikol העמים, ושבת קודשך מאהבה ורצון, הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת.
Amen. Continue with Aleinu, page 51.
עלינו לשבח אותו הכל, תפיללה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורל עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ.
היום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד,
ושמו
אחד. You may be seated. We remember this week Jacob Gelman, Cy J., Saul Meyer, Celia Sweet, Alfred Sun, Norman Lev, Miriam Ida Feldman, Lee Schwartz, Morris Sklar, Isidore Cole, Carl Fry, Samuel Mensch, Jacqueline Jacobs, Dorothy Schuster, Max Janchuk, Peter Lipman, Barney Cohen, Harold Woolsey Canfield, Samuel Goodman, Max Fish, Benjamin Werman, Libby Plain, Fred Silverman, Barbara Feynman, Rose Kaminsky, Michael Greenberg, Harry Kraft, and Joan Ann Ruse Schwartz. May their memories be a blessing. 2 more. If everyone comes in 2 weeks and we get 2 more people, the 2 people that are missing, we'll have a minyan. And if 2 more people want to come and 2 more after that, even better. So we're going to say this alternate today, and from now on we're going to have a minyan. Ribono shel olam, Elohai haruchot kol basar, Master of the world, God of the spirit of all flesh, it is known before you that it is our fervent desire to praise your name and to honor and remember our beloved relatives and friends, our parents, our children, God forbid, our spouses, our siblings, our loved ones. We want to say the Kaddish together. We want to say that Kaddish in the company of a minyan. But today we're here with our kahila, with our community, and may our presence find favor before you in your eyes and be accepted as if we had said the Kaddish together. May your name Adonai be elevated and sanctified everywhere on earth, and may peace reign in all times and all places. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Praise is the name of the one whose glorious sovereignty is forever and ever. Oseh Shalom Bimroma, Fuyaseh Shalom, Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Imru. Amen. So my announcements this is that Pesach is almost upon us. So tomorrow Shabbat, normal Shabbat. Although in lieu of a traditional sermon, I'm going to be the one-man Pesach answers or more research required conversation. So if you have any Passover questions, ask me in the morning. Sunday, normal. Monday, normal. Tuesday, normal. Wednesday, things start getting complicated. Wednesday morning, I'll have our morning minyan and then a siyum with a breakfast that is the last chametz, sort of, the fast of the firstborn, which is precluded by doing a little Torah study together and celebrating the learning of Torah. Then Wednesday evening, we are not having minyan because you're going to have your first Seder, and we're going to let you have your first Seder. Thursday is Yom Tov. So instead of services at 8 a.m., they will be at 9 a.m. Then Thursday evening at 5:30, we will have festival mincha here. It's a brief service. And about 6 o'clock, we will start the Seder with all of the people, the 100 plus who have registered, and we look forward to having them. Friday morning, still Yom Tov, 9 a.m. Friday night, have Shabbat dinner with your family. We're not going to be here because there is no Kabbalat Shabbat on Yom Tov, so it would be just a festival Mariv, and we'd be here for 10 minutes, and you'd all get here and then leave again. So Saturday morning next week, Shabbat Pesach. So instead of reading from the book of Leviticus, we'll be having special Torah readings that day, and there's Torah all the mornings of Yom Tov and then Chol HaMoed, and then Sunday and Monday next week will be Chol HaMoed, and then on Tuesday morning, and then Tuesday night, and Wednesday and Thursday are Yentif once again. So Passover will keep us occupied for the next week, a little more than 8 days with the preparations, but it should be joyful and a time to sort of hit reset again. It's whether, spring cleaning and Passover cleaning are not the same thing, but if you happen to do spring cleaning for Passover, it's nice to start the year with a nice clean kitchen, a nice clean downstairs, and wherever else you might find food in your home. So it's a good thing to do. And I also will remind you that I don't use the word sin very often, but as an avera, it is not and traditionally has a pretty harsh penalty, according to Jewish tradition, to intentionally eat chametz on Passover, and even to own it. So I give you an out, which is that Pei will be very happy to buy your chametz, and he'll make a deposit, and you can lock it up in a closet in your home. We don't need to deliver it here. I don't want it in the building, but Pei will be happy to buy your chametz, and depending on how he's feeling afterwards, you might get it back or not. We'll see. We'll conclude our evening tonight with Yigdal, page 53.
Yigdal Elohim אלוהים חי וישתבח, נמצא בעיני צלמתיותו.
אחד אין יחיד כייחודו, נעלם וגם אין סוף לאחדותו. אין לו דמות הגוף ואין
הגוף,
לא נערוך אליו קדושתו. קדמון לכל דבר אשר נברא, ראשון מראשית לראשיתו. הינו אדון עולם וכל נוצר, יורה גדולתו ומלכותו. שפע נבואתו נתנו, אל אנשי סגולתו ותפארתו. לא קם בישראל כמשה נביא, הוא מעביר את אמונתו, תורת אמונתו לעמו. היה נביאו נאמן ביתו, לא יחליף האל ולא ימיר דתו, לעולמים לזולתו. צופה ויודע סתרנו, מביא לסוף דבר בקדמתו. גומל איש חסד כמפעלו, נוטה לרשע רק כרישתו. יסלח לגשמים משיחנו, לפתור מהקקת ישועתו. מתים מיכאל ברוך חסדו, ברוך עדי השם תהילתו. מתים מיכאל ברוך חסדו, ברוך עדי השם תהילתו. Shabbat shalom. We'll see you tomorrow.